The question is, have you guys seen The Sound of Freedom? This was a movie that came out in America months and months ago, but it just came to the UK and we made an active choice to say, no, we have to see it in cinemas. We have to see what all the noise was about. And the noise in general was correct. It's a very good movie.
It's a great movie. It is a very deep movie. It's a very dark movie, but it needs to be watched. This is one of those things where people aren't shining a large enough light on this topic of trafficking. I'm not going to say the specific words because this video will get got, but you know what I mean. And unfortunately, this film was kept under wraps for 5 years, and individuals had to help buy back the film to then be distributed, because it's one of those topics people don't want to have to think about. They don't want to have to accept that this is possible in our world today, but it's happening. And some of the numbers that were being thrown out in this film that is based on a true story, it made me sick. It made me sick to my stomach. There was a lot of crying in this film. There was a lot of just painful silence. But that is something that we need to accept and we need to seek out, because this is about the fate of our kids, our future, right? I
think at the end of the day, people put a political swing on this movie, saying that if you like it or if you think that there's a message to it, then you're this way. If you don't, then you're this way. And it's like, I think when it comes to children's safety and that type of stuff, if you have a particular viewpoint of this movie that is negative, I think it says more about you than anything else. You can dislike the movie for whatever reason, for movie reasons. But if it's about the story and what it's trying to say and shine a light on and really explore in the minds of the audience, then I think there's a problem with you.
Yeah, you are the problem.
If you don't agree with that, I think that even shines a light even more on you, saying, A, sunlight is the best disinfectant. I think this film coming out was really, really good for saying, why don't you agree with the message of this movie, which is trafficking in terms of car trafficking, not good. Red stoplights is what's necessary. We don't want green means go.
No.
We want red stop. Right now. And this stuff, some of the statistics in this movie about there's more slavery now than there was at the height of the transatlantic slave trade, the Barbary slave trade. I mean, it's shocking and it's disgusting, but it's true. And it's the reality that people outside of the Western world live in every single day. The threat of their kids being taken, their families being destroyed. And then if they're lucky, they might get reunited with them after all that trauma and all that horrible life experience. I mean, I don't know, man. Nonsensei was balling. I was doing some deep breathing to keep it in. Because there were moments in this where I thought, I haven't seen a movie like this with this level of direct dramatization and tension since Argo. I think that was the closest thing where it felt like there was a tiny sense of levity where they had to add stuff to not make it feel like you're watching something that is going to pour through you. Right? And I think Argo did that many years ago in a similar vein to the way this film was put together and edited. But the story was just unbelievable. And it is unbelievable to people who live in America, Canada, the UK. I'm sure all over European society, this seems unfathomable. But it's the lived reality of so many people across the world. And when, again, these statistics came up, we knew a lot of them, but we didn't know all of them. And when they were coming on screen and they were being played out, it was just rank. So if you haven't seen Sound of Freedom, we're doing our part. Go see it. Go see it. Let us know your thoughts if you have seen it, because we think that there is a good chance this movie can get played in every theater. We know we sent an email to a couple of local cinemas saying, we want to see this movie. We know a lot of people who want to see this movie, so please air it. And thankfully, some of them did. I don't think that maybe was because of us, but it got aired nonetheless. So do your bit, do your part, pay it forward, push it forward, and hopefully we can live in a less shit world. That's just how it is.